Well, everybody, this is actually some pretty crazy news. I don't know that I'll be able to live stream it at the time. I don't even know how this is going to work, but Erika Kirk is officially going to come out and speak fully on the entire Charlie Kirk investigation and everything. This is insane news. It's coming out December 13th. It's going to be on Paramount Plus, I guess, was it? I think it's going to be Paramount Plus. I'll definitely tell you guys here in a few. But before I do, guys, please like, subscribe, and share if you want to. But mainly just like and subscribe. That's all I ask for. I don't advertise anything here. At least I don't have any advertisements to even do that with anyway. But if I did, I would go through you guys first, of course. But I don't advertise. I don't ask for money. I don't do anything like that. I'm not your typical YouTuber. I just want to get the news out there and grow this channel. I'm a small guy, but I genuinely appreciate y'all coming here and joining me. If you feel I've earned that subscription, please do so. And if you don't like me, you mainly like, Candace Owens and stuff like that. Sometimes some people hate watch me. I just ask, in all of my videos that you make it to the end if there's any type of argument so so we don't talk past each other. You know what I mean? Before going into the comment section, that is. Thank you all so much for being here, though. Even if you don't like me, I still appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Anyway, let's get into this, though. CBS to host Erika Kirk Town Hall on grief and politics. CBS News announced a 1-hour town hall with Erika Kirk, widow of, obviously Charlie Kirk, and current CEO of Turning Point USA, taped December 10th. So they're going to do this all December 10th, 5 days from now, in New York City, and airing on December 13th. Is December 13th on a Friday? Wouldn't that be crazy? That'd be a little wild. 8 p.m. Eastern time. So in real time, that would be 7 p.m. That's the only real time. No one gonna argue that? Cool. No. Oklahoma. Represent always. No. The event, moderated by CBS editor-in-chief Barry Weiss, will feature questions from young evangelicals, religious leaders, and political figures on grief, faith, political violence, and the future of the right. Charlie Kirk was, well, we know that, Tyler Robinson and all that stuff. Erika Kirk has described the loss as a soul. Okay, we get it. We get that, obviously. Loss is a soul problem tied to intolerance. I see what she's saying. So, essentially saying the left doesn't have a soul, which is true. CBS frames it as conversation on life, loss, and politics in divided times. All right. So, this is going to be wild. Where's this supposed to be? CBS? Paramount Plus. That's right. It is going to be on Paramount Plus. This is going to be a wild one. So, I could totally, bring Paramount Plus up on here. I don't know that they will even let me show a snippet of this. So I'm gonna have to... Man, I don't know what I'm gonna be able to do. If you guys have some ideas, please comment down in the comment section below on how I may be able to stream this. Maybe there'll be clips. I don't know if they're gonna try and copyright strike me or not. I could possibly try to live stream it. I just don't know. Man, I wish I had a YouTube guy to talk to. Oh, well. Tell me what you guys think we should do. Seriously. And I'll do my best. Maybe I could just watch the whole thing, come on to here and do a talking head video just like this, if you guys like. I don't know. But at the end of the day, we're going to see here at least what people are saying about this. So choosing to do a town hall hosted by the same deep state actors who oppose Charlie is an interesting choice. Barry Weiss, an Israeli subversive, and Larry Ellison, CBS Paramount, is the largest private donor to the IDF, who just acquired TikTok for exposing war crimes in Gaza. Look, I don't know if this is going to be a good idea or not. Personally, I think it would be much more in Erika Kirk's interest, seeing that she's the CEO of a media company, to probably do that. Have a special live stream on TPUSA's account where she addresses everything. That's what I would probably suggest. But at the end of the day, they're kind of doing that anyway. So December 15th, they are going to have their discussion live. Obviously, Candace was too scared to go, so she didn't. She's not going to. And it's just a major, major, major blow to her and her character, which, I guess she's fine with that. She's made her money. She'll probably retire by the beginning of next year, I guess. I don't think Candace is going to last much longer, to be honest. I think something's going to give, and she's really going to get caught. Hopefully, you know, in the near future, we'll see what happens, but I think she may be slipping in general. But yeah, we'll definitely see what happens. So people obviously not very fond of this. Leave it to Barry Weiss to extend Erika Kirk's 15 minutes of fame to 60. I guess, you know, not a lot of people like Erika Kirk. CBS bent over mighty fast. Boycott CBS. I don't know. Is this like some sort of like psycho leftist? Bronx girl? Yeah. Yeah, she's some psycho leftist. Okay. Wait, what the heck? Followed by... Oh! Wait a minute. This is someone famous? Why are you not verified? Why not at that point? That's weird. You seem to use X a lot. What the heck? Who is this person? Ellen Barkin? Don't know who that is. I'm guessing a lefty, but maybe not. Just announced CBS to present Town Hall with Erika. Okay, we got that. Let's just go into the comment section of the most popular one. This guy here. No, none of these are popular. What the heck? Why are they at the top? Okay, we're going to this one. This has 2,000. CBS News PR. Why so ridiculous? That's one way to lose viewers. Who? Erika or CBS? I'm really confused. Doug Ford needs to resign. I'm guessing that they just don't like TPUSA. Probably very, 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 very leftist. Why in the world? That is so suspicious there. These rings in place. Like, obviously, this is AI. Why are these here? Like, what? Why? Okay. Anyway, TPUSA sought decisions. You get what I'm saying, right? Think there's a nice green, or like, there's just a nice straight line right there. Just, if that was only in the shape of an A. All right. Anyway, never watching your network again. Oh, okay. Erika is still not doing a great job beating the Israel honeypot allegations. She hasn't even came out to say anything about that, so I don't know. Maybe she'll do it then. You know, still not doing a good job, yet here she is coming out in public, so maybe give her the chance to actually speak first. I don't know. That's what I would do. Will Erika be asked about this Charlie Kirk clip? Breaking, YouTube removed this video where Charlie Kirk questions if there was a stand-down order given by Israel on October 7th. Even more. Okay, well, let's see. This is clipped out of context completely. I don't think that this means anything.
I've been to Israel many times. The whole country's a fortress. When I first heard this story, I still had the same gut instinct that I did initially. I find this very hard to believe. I've been to that Gaza border.
Wait a minute. Was that cut? Hold on. Let me see.
That I did initially. I find this very hard to
That's cut. I could tell. Look at this.
I did initially. I find this very...
That's cut. That is absolutely edited. What the heck?
Still have the same gut instinct that I did initially. I find this very...
That's cut. That is absolutely cut. I find this very hard to believe. I'm not even going to watch this garbage. That's absolutely edited. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? Come on. Who posted this? That's disrespectful as hell. This video isn't available anymore. Okay. Here it is. Speaks on Israel. This is extended. Let me see.
There's two. That any ideological would be thing.
Dude, let me. I thought I know things.
The whole that Gaza border. You cannot go 10 steps.
There we go.
That I did initially. The fortress. When I first heard this story, I still had the same gut instinct that I did initially. I find this very hard to believe.
Okay, so they just cut out that part. Okay. So it's not as edited as I thought, but that was definitely, they cut that part out for some reason. Just that, whatever you'd said there. I noticed it pretty immediately, but
I've been to that Gaza border. You cannot go 10 feet without running into a 19-year-old with an AR-15 or an automatic machine gun that is an IDF soldier, right? The whole country is surveilled. And so let me just kind of go through this. We don't talk about Israeli politics very often, and most Americans don't know this. The last 9 months, Israel was on the brink of civil war. It's not an exaggeration. This judicial stuff, there were hundreds of thousands of Israelis taking to the streets because Bibi Netanyahu was basically redefining the Israeli constitution. That's not an exaggeration, right? He said the judicial branch has too much power. There were protests planned this week against Netanyahu, where they anticipated tens of thousands of people to take to the streets. That's all gone, Patrick. Netanyahu now has an emergency government and a mandate to lead. I'm not willing to go so far that saying that Netanyahu knew or there was intelligence here, but I think some questions need to be asked. Was there a stand down order? Was there a stand down order? 6 hours? I don't believe it. Israel's the size of New Jersey. When I took a helicopter ride from Jerusalem to the Gaza border, it's 45 minutes. Wow. 6 hours. They're live streaming the killing of Jews. Did somebody in the government say, stand down? That is a legitimate, non-conspiracy question. The whole country is the IDF. The whole country is.
Yeah.
And you're trying to tell me that they're going to concerts and kibbutzes and schools and by reports, 6 hours. Let's say it's 3 hours.
That's suspect. Go ahead, Rob.
It's also not like a right-wing reporting. This is from the New York Times. The long
Thank
wait
you.
for help as massacre unfolds in Israel.
9
I can't think of a
hours.
more liberal news outlet than the New York Times.
And by the way, I'm actually very pro-Israel. So let me be very, so I'm not exact.
Well, I think we all are.
No, I just want to make sure my position is clear here. But so Patrick, there are other explanations. It's possible that the Netanyahu government was double-crossed by bad agents.
There you go. People did want to leave that part out, didn't they? Funny how that works. So at the end of the day, he's not going to say.
Hey, stand down. That is a legit and schools and by report.
Funny how that works, isn't it? Just so funny how that works. So anyway, I like being able to show probably all of that there because, you know, it looks compelling at first, okay? People are going to sit there and they're going to be like, oh my gosh, he was questioning Israel. And then he talks about how he's like, no, I think it's that. Or...
Okay? That's dark, but it's not as dark as what we're talking about, okay? Another aspect is that Netanyahu might have traitors in his government, like legitimate traitors that have infiltrated. I was texting with some senior people in the IDF, and they said, Charlie, can't say too much, but let's just say the same problem you have with the left in America we have here in Israel. So there's something to think about. Just something to think about, right? Is that maybe there's some people within those intel agencies that aren't as sympathetic. Or maybe, Patrick, maybe they might have gotten a tip, they might have gotten whispers, but no one thought it would be 1,200 Jews dead. That's a potential, right? Because here's the essence of it.
The thing about it is Israel, pretty cocky. Pretty cocky. They were like, there's no way these people are getting in here. It's not going to happen. They blew it off. That's really what probably happened. And that's embarrassing for Israel. Stupid of them. Genuinely stupid of them to not take any kind of terroristic threat as, well, a threat. They were cocky. That's what I think really happened, and I don't think they'll admit it. Okay? The worst case scenario after that is there was a legit stand-down order from Netanyahu to allow this to happen to give them the excuse to attack Gaza. Maybe. I'm not saying that's impossible. I wouldn't say that's impossible. At the end of the day, though, if that did happen, then, hey, you know, I'm more than willing to be wrong about Israel. I don't really care that much. I genuinely don't. It's another country, okay? And if that's the case, then it's a country that is using the name Israel and betraying every single thing that the Bible actually stands for. That's a legitimate claim that people think is happening. The problem is it doesn't have any proof. There's no evidence that that's what's going on. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend like I know. I don't live there. They're like 9,000, 10,000 miles away from my location. As a matter of fact, how many miles away is Israel from Oklahoma? I'm just curious. How many miles? Distance calculator. Okay. From Tulsa to, okay, fine, I guess. Ireland. Oh my gosh, really? Israel. Calculate the distance. It would be, oh, that's crazy. I was so close. Never mind. No, I wasn't close. I was not close. It's 6,800 miles away, but 10,900 kilometers. So I was close in that aspect. I was like, oh, shoot, I was very close. No, it's actually 7,000 miles just about. So 7,000 miles away, really. 6,800 miles away, whatever. Do the 200 miles count? I'm calling it 7,000. About 7,000 miles away. I just don't care to get into any other country's business at all. I only want to focus on making America better. That's it. And let me explain why that is. I get it. People are like, but you need allies. You need all this. And I'm like, look, maybe we do. But I can tell you this right now. Our allies are not helping with our country falling apart. And the United States has never been closer to falling apart than it is right now. Even during the 1800s Civil War, it wasn't this close to falling apart. Because back then, things were not nearly as global as they are today. Even the smallest amount of weakness in America now is in so much more danger than what it ever was back in the 1800s, because as soon as weakness shows in the United States, other countries can exploit it almost immediately. That's terrifying. I guarantee you, countries around the world didn't even know America's Civil War was going on till probably about a year into it. At least probably about a year or so into it is probably when the rest of the world was like, wait, the United States is having a civil war? Wow, that's crazy. More than likely, anyway. I don't think very many people would have known outside of the U.S., at least not quickly. So knowing that if a civil war started today, people in India would know about it no less than 30 seconds later. Think about that. That's way different than what it was back then. So at the end of the day here, with everything going on, with people trying to take this out of context in general, trying to say that Charlie Kirk was like wavering on Israel, it's just terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying. Now, YouTube removed this, or did TPUSA remove this? I have absolutely no idea. I'll look into it maybe a little later on and see. I don't know that TPUSA are necessarily good guys. What I do know for a fact, though, is Candace Owens has absolutely implicated people that definitely were not involved, guaranteed, because there's no way it could be every single person she pointed the finger at. It's just no possible way. And also, she has not provided any proof whatsoever. So that being said, I'm not hanging my hat on any of that whatsoever. And this clip should absolutely be removed for taking him out of context completely. Like he is completely and totally questioning Israel. It's really, really silly stuff. But anyway, that's the guitar video I'm watching. I'm watching a guy build a really nice acoustic. Sorry, guys. I forgot to take that down. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. If you feel that I've earned the subscription, please give me a subscription there. Click that little subscribe-y. Don't forget to ding the bell either, guys. I always forget about that thing. That thing's really annoying. I don't like it. YouTube should get rid of it. But if you guys can help it, please make sure that bell's dinged. And yeah, live stream here in an hour and a half. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you guys here in the next one. Later.